Hi everyone, Stephanie with Mama Bear Ink. Welcome back to another Wednesday, Use Your Stamps Wednesday. Today we're going to be doing something a little special. I am making a card for a blog challenge that I regularly participate in. It's called Simply Less is More, and this week is challenge number 233. It's a theme challenge, and the theme is Life's a Beach. So let's dive in and get started because there's quite a few pieces to this card. So I'm starting out with a card base made of Basil cardstock, and this is Icy Mint. And I've cut it 11 by 4 1/4 and scored it at 5 1/2 down the center for a top folding card. So that's going to be our card base, and we are going to stamp our beach right on top of our card base. And to make our beach today, we are going to be using Stampin' Up's Work of Art stamp set, and we're going to use this little kind of brush right here. So I've got that mounted on my block, and of course, I forgot the ink. So I am going to come over here, and we are going to use some Stampin' Up Sahara Sand. I thought that would be pretty appropriate since we are making sand. So we will get our stamp inked up real well. Okay, that looks good. Get that out of the way, and now we're just going to stamp a spit of sand kind of high and in the center. Just give that a second to soak in there, and there is our sand. So we've got that squared away. And we're going to close up this ink so I don't get ink all over me. Now, on our spit of sand, we want some flip-flops, because what do you wear to the beach? You wear flip-flops to the beach. And so to make those flip-flops, I am using the Stamps of Life set called Sandals for Summer. And I'm not going to be stamping them, I'm going to be die cutting them. And so I'm using some paper for my sandals that it's out of this paper pad. This is a 6x6 designer paper pad called Hootenanny, and I just picked this up at Walmart. But it's got some really kind of cute and bright designs for summer in it. So I thought, what the heck, it was $3. So I have gone ahead and taken the matching dies to the Sandals for Summer set and cut those out of a really bright stripe. And we're going to take these little sandals and put them right here on the card. But they don't look like flip-flops just yet because we need the little thong thingamajiggies that go on our sandals. And so we're going to put those kind of right there. And let's use a mini glue dot to do that. And let me get my pokey tool. Where is my pokey tool? Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to get my pokey tool and some mini glue dots, which I've apparently got all over the place. Alright. And so I'm just going to put the glue dot kind of on the center of those on the back. And because this is teeny tiny and my fingers get in the way sometimes, I'm going to use my tweezers to get that applied. So those are going to go down like that. And let's get the second one out. And get another glue dot. Where's the end of the glue dots? Okay. And we've got that one down. And put it in place here. Okay. So now we've got some actual flip-flops on our card. And we need to get them placed where we want them. And to do that, I'm going to pop them up a little bit. So I'm going to use some Scotch foam tape. And let's see, I want the tape to be just about as long as the flip-flops. And then we're just going to cut this in half so it goes down the length of the flip-flop without showing. There we go. And so we'll take off the backing paper here and get our flip-flops in place on our little spit of beach. There we go. And we need some little starfish, I think, to go around our flip-flops. So with the flip-flop die set, in the stamp set, of course, there's a little starfish stamp, and in the die set, you got a little starfish die. And so I've cut that out 3 times of just some plain white cardstock, and I'm going to stamp a couple of them in dull pink and 1 in lipstick red. Now, if you aren't doing this on camera, probably the best way to do it is to stamp them and then cut them out. But it was just a little cumbersome for me to bring out the die cutting machine and try to do it on camera. So I'm just going to try to hit these little buggers the best I can here. And there is one. I don't know, they're both really dark inks, so I'm not sure that it makes a whole lot of difference which one I started with. But when you have high quality photopolymer stamps, Simon Says inks are going to stain your stamps. It's just how it works. There's no point in getting upset about it. Alright, so there is a pink one, and here is a pink one. Alright, so we've got our little starfish. And get that cleaned up. Okay. And we are going to, once again, bring in glue dots and get these little guys glued down onto the card. Now, less is more, you may be able to tell from the name, is a challenge that requires you to make what's called a CAS card. And what that means is clean and simple. And they like to see a nice colorful design, but a minimum of layers and a very bare minimum of embellishment to the card and lots of white space. So that is what we are trying to achieve while still creating a beach type card. Okay, so, and then I like to put embellishments in kind of a triangle type pattern. So there we've got our little starfish on, and our little starfish I think are kind of boring. So let's break out some Wink of Stella and just get some sparkle on those little guys, just for fun. We'll pretend they've got water on them and they're sparkling in the sun. I think that's a good idea. Okay, and so finally on this piece, there are some sentiments in this stamp set. None of them were really beachy except for this relax, because what do you do when you go to the beach? You want to go to the beach to relax. So I decided to use this relax stamp as the sentiment on the card, and we are going to use a VersaFine Onyx Black ink to make sure we get a nice crisp impression, and we're going to use the black to kind of go along with our little flip-flop thong here. And I'm just going to put this, I think, parallel with the flip-flop here on the side. And so there is our sentiment. And lastly, does it look a little bare to you? It looks a little bare to me. So what can we do to kind of jazz it? Oh, what does everybody do to flip-flops to jazz them up? I think they bedazzle them. So let's bedazzle them. Let's bust out the gems. Let's see. Okay, I have got some. These are Stampin' Up! Basic Rhinestones. And the awesome thing about this pack is that they have these teeny little ones in a line. But you can create whatever size line you need by cutting them. They're easy to cut. But let's get some up off here and see if we can't jazz up these flip-flops a little bit. So let's see. No, I don't want you to stick right there. I want you to curve around Okay, maybe be a little bit more careful when you're putting them down. Ha-ha! There we got it. Okay, and that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So let's get 6 more off of here. And where have all these flies come from? 3, 4, 5, 6. And can I do it with this? No, of course not. I need scissors. All right. And then we'll get these placed down on this flip-flop. See if I can angle it better the first time. All right, and then I think if we just take about 3 more for the other side, that will work out exactly the way I would like it to. There we go. Okay, these flip-flops are looking like good flip-flops now. It is a gray, dull, and rainy day here in Wyoming, which is really unusual for us, especially in late July. And so it's having an impact on my mood. I'm just kind of done with it. We've had a lot of rain and gray this summer, and I was just kind of, I guess, looking forward to some sunshine. One of the big things about Wyoming is we have 362 days of sun a year, and it could be, the wind could be blowing 60 miles an hour and it could be 40 below with the wind chill, but the sun is shining. So I'm kind of missing it this summer. But in any case, that pretty much finishes our card. This again is a clean and simple card. So we've got lots of white space. Of course, in our case, it's an icy mint blue. We've got our little flip-flops, and on our beach here with our little starfish that are sparkly in the sun, and our sentiment relax. And so a really simple card, lots of fun, and we used a stamp set that I took out of the package and hadn't even touched yet. So thanks very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed today's card. I enjoyed spending time with you, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care.